I call the Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Madam Deputy Speaker. With the passing of Lee Kuan Yew, aged 91, the world has lost one of its most enduring leaders, and Australia has lost a good friend. Lee Kuan Yew was Prime Minister from 1959 to 1990. He was the father of modern Singapore. He took an island state of 710 square kilometres with a population of 5.4 million people, with no natural resources, no natural allies, a diverse ethnic population, and turned it into one of the most prosperous, dynamic countries in the world. And in his words, Singapore went from third world to first. To illustrate this point, as the Prime Minister told the House, in 1965, the GDP per head in Singapore was 1/3 of that in Australia. Today, GDP per head in Singapore is twice that of Australia. Today, Singapore, under Lee Kuan Yew's son, Lee Hsien Loong, is one of Australia's closest partners. Two-way trade is $30 billion. Singapore is the fourth largest source of investment in our country. 300,000 Singaporeans visit Australian shores each year, and an equivalent number of Singaporeans visit Australia each year as well. 100,000 Singaporeans have studied in our universities, and together with Malaysia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, Singapore partners with Australia in the five-power defence arrangement. It is also true that Australia has over the years had its disagreements with Singapore and Lee Kuan Yew, preferring that its government exercised less control, or as the Australian newspaper recently described Lee Kuan Yew's stern but benevolent leadership. And we also didn't quite appreciate at the time the description of Australia as potentially becoming the poor white trash of Asia. But in the end, Lee Kuan Yew's record of leadership clearly spoke for itself. With his guiding hand, Singapore has bloomed and provided an important roadmap for a number of other tiger economies in our region to follow. It is important today, Acting Deputy Speaker, that we thank Lee Kuan Yew for his strong leadership, we honour his memory, and we celebrate the important strategic partnership and friendship Australia enjoys with modern Singapore.